Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight on Soul Center, we're going to be taking an up-close look at Wolnir's Holy Sword. This weapon received a buff in the latest patch, that would be 1.09, and it's getting better. It's getting better. The AR is pretty decent on it. The weapon art is still unusable in a duel situation, but the best thing about this weapon is its range. It's only outranged in the Greatsword class by the Wolf Knight Greatsword, and it's by a very small margin. It's almost unnoticeable how different they are. So I would consider this one and the Wolf Knight Greatsword to be the standout longest Greatswords. But other than that, it's business as usual with the Greatsword. Play a little bit more defensive. Don't overextend too much. Try to roll catch when you can. Use your maximum possible range. And just bait for that hyper armor. I can't emphasize it enough. It doesn't have a lot of good things about it. It has no opening moves that are good enough to outright hit somebody and make it hard for them to just reaction dodge something. So this is one interesting thing you can do with it is the R1, and if they roll towards you or to the side of you, you catch them with the R2. And that, oh my god, I've won so many fights doing that. It does a lot of damage, and people basically are either going to do one of two things after you R1 combo them. They're either going to roll away from you, they're going to roll to the side, and or attack you. That's pretty much it. That's all they can do is either attack or roll away. And if you know in what direction they're going to roll, you can roll catch them with an R1 two-handed if they roll away from you. You can roll catch them to the left and right with the R2. So this weapon is very good at punishing people's openers. If they're trying to attack you, like with the rolling L1 or rolling R1, you can throw out an R1 before it as if you were parrying the animation. But you're not parrying it, you're just using your weapon to stop them from doing it, to stop them from attacking. So one way that you can do this is obviously just by hitting R1 just before you think they're going to attack. Now this can be useful and it can work, but if your opponent is smart at all, they know exactly what the Greatsword can do. So they're not just going to come up to you and attack knowing that you can just stop their attack. You're going to have to bait them to come in. So you whiff an attack and then delay another attack and hyper armor through their swing. And you'll see that showcased a lot in this video because in my opinion, and I believe this would be shared by the opinions of others, this weapon doesn't have strong openings. You know what I mean? It's not an opener weapon like the running R1 from the katana or running R1 from a curved sword or a straight sword or even just the normal attack speed of those weapons. They can be very aggressive and not really get punished too hard for it. Well, while this weapon doesn't have the speed or aggressive play style required for something like that. So you have to play the more defensive role and utilize that range to your full advantage in order to be successful with Wolnir's Holy Sword. So right there we see a little spacing snafu, and I got the nice roll catch on him there. And bad idea. Good game though. So, moving on, we got a Karthus curved sword here, and like I said about the curved swords, they're able to put that pressure on you. This guy is wearing the symbol of avarice for some reason, which obviously isn't super intelligent. He's losing health constantly. But that little hyper armor setup there, that running R1, was a bait to get him to try to attack. So I could then follow that up with the two R1s. Again, he falls for it. And you see, you're noticing how much more damage I'm doing than him doing this. And that's the main reason why this weapon is good in my opinion. And it's not just this one, it's all greatswords. A nice parry attempt, like I didn't see that offhand cestus pop out. I knew what you were trying to do, bud. And now he's just going to play really passive and run around a little bit. Yeah, I think that's the last time he attacks for a while. Yeah, he's just going to start dancing around, trying to fake me out. And you'll see here, I'm about to adopt the same strategy. Just run away, randomly attack. And that's why I don't like that strategy. It's just kind of cheesy, and it's just not for me. So here we go. We got a, what's that? He ate stamina, buffed with the Sunlight Straight Sword, and casted Iron Flesh. So we got a triple buffer alert. And Twin Prince's Greatsword Battle Arts R1. Fairly common with that weapon. It's pretty much all that people like to do with it. And I know that he has iron flesh, so he can't be stunned. And I take a little backstab. Doing the turnaround R1s isn't always a good idea when you know somebody is going to try to backstab you. If you see somebody roll directly behind you, you should kind of watch out. Hyper Armor bait turned into Hyper Armor combo. Good game. All those buffs couldn't save him. Here we go. Greatsword versus Greatsword. I believe that's the Claymore. And like I said before in another video, Greatsword versus Greatsword usually turns into who can space the other guy out better. You saw that nice little roll catch with the R2 there. And he's just kind of throwing out attacks, not in range, so he gets punished for that. Went for the roll catch. He was just a little bit too far away. And there he goes. Good fight, though. Good fight. And Legion Etiquette, Fair and Greatsword. Get spaced, punish, roll catch. Nice. And this fight will bring this episode of Soul Center to a close. Stay tuned. Next episode is going to be on jump attack strategy and effectiveness in PvP, featuring my buddy Dan, who is very good at utilizing jump attacks to chain combos together and to punish rolls. So keep an eye out for that video. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like the content, if you're interested in Soul Center, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. And as always, I am that Dark Souls guy, and I'll catch you on the next one.